What's good, everyone, and welcome back to another lineup builder. If you are new to the channel, please drop a like and subscribe, as it would be greatly appreciated. So we're going to go and jump straight into this lineup building because we have quite a lot of teams to put together, and I'm very excited. I've changed my approach due to the absolute heartbreak last week, which was obviously the All-Star limited team missing out. I've realised as well, looking at the competitions that I can play, All-Star does seem to be the best in regards to the lowest score threshold for the best rewards. And so with that means we're going to be prioritising All-Star this week. So we're going to start with All-Star and then we'll work our way through the other lineups. So we are going to be starting off with Daniel Backman in goal. Last game of the season in the Championship, Daniel Backman has been playing very well. To be honest, Watford have been playing very well in general, but 2 clean sheets recently. They are playing away from home, but when we're looking at his last 5 games, other than obviously the 3 goals conceded in the Watford game, he has been playing very, very well. And obviously, I'm still trying to be sensible with partnerships, and due to being sensible with partnerships, Hoyt is going to be going in there. Then we have the midfield, and you might be thinking to yourself, Will, what are you doing here? We are going to be putting Pascal Gross in the midfield. Score of a AA rating, obviously L15 of 66, L5 of 60. They are playing Villa, which is going to be tough. They are at home. The main reason I am not putting together my normal quote-unquote strongest Brighton lineup is due to looking at Play Sharper. When we look at Brighton at the moment, we don't really know who's going to be playing. Like the goalie, like it says, what's going on there. My main defender, Paul Van Heck, is injured. Pascal Gross is such a good scorer that I think it's a waste putting him in that team. So Pascal Gross is going to go in there. Then, surprisingly, we are actually taking a step back slightly from... Basically, I'm just putting together my strongest lineup that I can. We're going to put Gurku in here. Main reason being is they are playing against Getafe. Chances are he's most likely going to score. They need a win. They haven't played very well in the last few games. He has got 3 decisive actions in the last few games. Looking at his scores, he doesn't shoot mega high, but he does just need a decisive action and he scores. So he'll be going in. And then as an extra, we have a few options of who we can play. And I think what I'm going to do is, we've got 2 AA. We've got Yimi Chara, who has been playing decently recently. He hasn't actually had a decisive action in the last 3 games, but his AA has been alright. They are playing at home. Should do well. Obviously, as you can see, he's got that AA score. And we have Lafise, and Lafise has just come off a 100 score, which is mental. And also, when we look back, they are playing Leven. Last time they played Leven, he shot 71, and I feel like his scores are more accurate in actually getting scored. And due to Bodart not playing for Standard Liège, the Standard Liège stack is kind of not ruined, but there's no point playing it. So we're going to put them together. We are going to captain Hoyt, maybe? Or Pascal Gross does just shoot. If it's the old Pascal Gross that turns up, this Pascal Gross, it's fun. And he's captain. If it's this Pascal Gross, he's not captain. Hoyt did score very well. His look at those greens. Look at those greens. Shot a 92. We're backing the boy. We're backing the boy. Hoyt's going to go in. We're going to save that. That's our priority lineup. Now, going into our next lineups, we are going to be playing Premier League Classic. But is most likely going to start, so who's going to go in there? Obviously, Paul Van Heck, like I said, is injured. Austin Trusty is a weird one because Sheffield United have got Nottingham Forest. And I would have thought after the game he played the other day, he'd be playing. Same thing that this guy thinks. But he's only down at 50%. Whereas when we look at Brighton, we've got Webster down at 60%. And then it's Igor at 40%. But most likely, Igor will most likely play in that left back position because that is his strongest position. And so I'm going to put in Adam Webster. We then have the midfield, who, when Onate is 20%, Moda is 20%. That is the issue with this lineup. I may not even play Prem, to be honest. The more I think about it, the more I'm thinking, is it a waste? Is it a waste? Because we don't actually have any midfielders. Because Pascal Gross obviously is in that other team. What we're going to do? We're going to get out of Prem quickly. We're going to go into Champion Classic season. And we're going to put together a lineup in here first. So let's see how Athletic Club are doing. Is there no... Let's refresh the page. See if they've put anything in there. Still no lineup for there. Okay, so what we're going to do, we're going to go with Unai Simon there. Then DeMarcos is coming back from the yellow card suspension, so he'll most likely play. We are then going to play, surprisingly, I'm interested to see what the Sorare. So they think Vesca and Gomez are going to be playing, which is interesting. Very interesting. We'll put Prados in there. We will then put up top Inaki Williams, and then we will go with the defensive partnership of we'll put Danny Vivian in there. We'll put DeMarcos as captain, and we'll save that. And then we'll put in another Champion Classic team, which will consist of Bart there, and then we will put... Do I want to be putting Webster in for this lineup? We'll put Yere or Webster. We'll put Yere in. Who is Juan Jesus? Napoli have got a... No, we'll put Yere in. Then we'll play... Still lacking the midfielders. Martel will play, so we'll play Martel. We'll put Adingra in, and we will also put Danny Welbeck in. That's what we're going to do. We will captain him. Adingra's got the AA rating. We'll captain that. We'll go for that. That will go like in the Division 5. Bit of a weird mix-up, I know. Bit of a weird mix-up. Challenger-wise, we are going to be putting in to Challenger the MLS stack. So Crepau will go in. Kamal Miller will go in. Then we will be putting Evander's still. It's tough because he's, when we're looking at the MLS, where are they? Portland Timbers lineup. See, Moreno is only 50%. Well, Moreno's 90%, but obviously depending on the position. If Evander starts, Evander plays, Evander does well. If Evander doesn't start, the whole lineup is ruined. And that is the biggest issue I have with the lineup itself. So we'll put Moreno in again. And then we're going to go with... It's tough. It is tough. Mora should start. Things... Dante has got Inter Miami, but Inter Miami at the start of the season they were leaking goals. They're not really anymore. We're gonna go with this. That's what we're gonna go with. We're gonna captain Moreno. That's gonna be that lineup. Then the other challenger team, Pirard will go in. João Silva will go in for that defensive partnership. And then offensively, we will go with the Standard Liège boys, I think is what I'm going to do. I think that makes the most sense. Kawebe will go there. We then have Kanga in there. And we will... Do I want to go full Standard Liège? Yeah, we'll go full Standard Liège. We'll go with that. I'm going to save that. I'm only going to put 2 teams in, because we are going to save the keeper. In Contender Classic, we have got the Osaka boys playing against Osaka. So it's a big game. Home, it is a rivalry, but they've got pretty good ratings. So he'll go in. We'll put in Okuno as well. Usami is against them, so it's one of those where I don't really want Usami to do well. Looking at this lineup, I'm like, do I put Yimichara in here with the crazy scores that he could get? No, I think I'm going to save him actually because his health is pretty low. So we have the whole Osaka team. I'm going to captain this guy here. We actually want Usami to not score. He hasn't actually scored very well recently, as in from a scoring perspective, like goal-wise. Last decisive action was a while ago, but I want him to do this. I want him to grind his AA, get great AA score, and test Kim a lot, and Kim keep the clean sheet. That's what I'd like. That would be great, because obviously if he scores, he gets a good score, but then the defensive partnership all lose out a lot. We then have the other Contender Classic team, which is going to be another big game for Kaiserslautern. They are in the relegation playoff place. They're not in the relegation place now, which is good. But we need a big win from them. So Union Crab will go in. Boris Tomek will go in. We've got our new guy, Manuel Fiel, who is going to be playing. But don't know what's going on there. Marlon Ritter will go in. Ragnar Aki will go in. And then we are going to be putting in Elvede as well. Captaining Tomiak as always. Hopefully they can perform well and secure the goods like we need them to. Now, the main reason I've been missing out on a few players is Cap 240. Nick is meant to be starting for Westerlo again. Let's just double check that in here. Pro League, no lineups have been put out yet. Obviously, it is Thursday. The window closes tomorrow, so I will double check all of this in the morning. But he's going to be going in there, and then this is why I've been kind of holding on to players a little bit more, because in the midfield, with that AA rating, Yimichara can go in. At striker, we can put in Felipe Mora as well. Then we have got £106 points to play with in defence. Let's have a look what's going on. Firstly, Napoli. Juan Jesus, 90%. Okay, that's good to know. And then for Watford, well, there's a few things that I want to look at Leeds-wise. Roberts is only at 20%. QPR, Hayden, 40%. And then for Watford, Sorare is at 70%, which is good to know. What's going on here? Porteous, Dennis, Telibashu, and Chogvek, they are all out. Okay, that is good to know. Sorare will play in that lineup, but Jesus with the score of 40 can go in. Then we have a score of 66, which means we can basically play anyone. I'd love to put Evander in this team, but he's got a crazy score of 70. This is the thing, if Evander plays, Evander starts, Evander can shoot 100. But we will go with Ratby did get a decisive action in that last game. They're playing at home, and Ratby goes in. We're going to captain Chara, and we're going to go for that 340 threshold. It's probably the strongest 340 team I've put together in a while. Nick just needs to actually have a score, though, that isn't awful. Because it's been awful recently. So, we'll see. But we will captain that. And it does leave behind a lot of players, for example. A lot of good players still. Like, we've got Tanaka, we've got Sorensen, we've got Vander, we've got Archer, we've got Jaffinho. We've got some decent players that what I'm going to be doing is I will be putting them into the lower divisions of, for example, Challenger, Champion, Premier League, so on and so forth, to try and grind some boxes, because that's what we want at the end of the day, boxes. But like I said, priority for this week is All-Star. All-Star's going in, all guns blazing, hopefully. I mean, this is the type of lineup that on its day, shoots 400, 500 points. If Watford keep a clean sheet, if Gross does his AA game, Gurku gets a goal, Lafise does what he does last week with AA rise, that would be unreal. Cap 240 has potential, a lot of decent scores in there. Classic again, FC Kaiserslautern and this team both decent. I'm pretty confident with the teams. The champion teams, not so confident with. Challenger teams, bit of rotation, see what's going on. Not the most confident. But contender, Cap 240 and All-Star, I am confident with. So hopefully all these players start, all the players play. Luck is with me this week and is on my side, and I can hopefully get more than one reward, get more than a tier 5. I've never got anything better than a tier 3. So I'd love a tier 2, tier 1. A star would be unreal, and grind out a lot of boxes as well at the end of the day. But they are my lineups. To everyone that is competing this weekend, best of luck. Like I said, if you are new around here, please drop a like and subscribe, as it would be greatly appreciated. And I will see you guys in the next video.